Hi, my name's Liz and welcome to STEM Person of the Week. In this series, we'll be looking at pioneers from the northeast of England who have links to science, technology, engineering and math.
This week we're focusing on the engineer Rachel Parsons. Rachel was the first woman to read mechanical sciences at Cambridge University. She was hardworking and during the First World War oversaw the recruitment and training of women engineers all over the country. To do this, she needed to be organised. Rachel was collaborative and co-founded the Women's Engineering Society and campaigned for women's rights. Rachel came from a whole family of engineers. Her father was Charles Parsons. He built the first steam turbine-powered ship, the Turbinia. Her mother, Catherine Parsons, was also an engineer who worked with her husband on engineering projects, and they both encouraged Rachel's interest. At university, she studied mechanical sciences, where she learnt mathematics, mechanics, and all about different structures and materials. At the time, women were allowed to go to university and study this, but then weren't allowed to get the qualification at the end of it. Thankfully, that's now changed. Despite not being awarded a degree, Rachel was still able to work in engineering and became a member of the board at her father's company in Newcastle. During World War I, men were sent off to fight, so women filled in their jobs. Rachel trained and supervised the women who were hired, and you can see some of them here. Later, she joined the training department of the Ministry of Munitions and travelled Britain teaching women engineering in factories. After the war, people thought women would go back to looking after the home, but lots of them wanted to continue working. Rachel, along with her mother and an electrical engineer called Caroline Haslett, set up the Women's Engineering Society, and a year later she also helped set up an all-women engineering firm called Atalanta and spent much of her time campaigning for women's rights. Rachel was an engineer. Specifically, she was an engineer in a factory and trained other women to work as engineers too. Today, there's lots of jobs in factories, and one of those roles is that of a mechanical engineer. They're responsible for designing and building products used in many different fields, including manufacturing, construction, health, and transport. A lot of factories today also use robotics to help with their manufacturing, and they might employ engineers to build and program and maintain the robots too. At the beginning, we saw a postcard about Rachel Parsons, and there were some words highlighted in orange that tell us a bit about what she was like. So let's have a look at those a bit closer. So the first word is hardworking. And if you're hardworking, you put all of your effort into finishing things. The next word is organised. And organised people are good at planning to make sure that they finish things. And that last word was collaborative. And if you are collaborative, you work together with other people to do things. So this week, have a look and think carefully about what you're doing and see if you notice yourself using any of these characteristics too. Now, thank you very much for joining us, and we hope to see you again soon to find out about more STEM heritage people.